This episode of the Rogue Deck Builder is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the #1 source for games and gaming accessories, and by GatheringMagic.com, the #1 source for Magic the Gathering news and articles. Hi there, it's Kevin with Gathering Magic and Roguedeckbuilder.com here with another match of the Rug Planeswalker for the Rogue Deck Builder. Yes, we'd like to play first. This is a very fine hand. We have an Elvish Mystic into a Caryatid, into a Xenagos, into a Xenagos. We do need to draw into like a decent string of cards though, but I mean we have the ramp, which is lovely. Always love ramp. There's no better feeling than a first turn Mystic, especially if next turn I draw into like a Domri or a Courser of Crufix. Sacred Vantage could be going up against Burn. Here we're just going to Temple and see what's on top. And at this point, actually, a regular Forest on top is bottomable. No, put it on top because then we can cast a Xenagos next turn without shocking ourselves. And against Burn, I don't want to shock myself a lot. So I'm actually gonna put this on top, and we'll Caryatid here. And I guess I could have cast it anyway. Yeah, that was silly of me. I could have put that on the bottom because I'm still in range of casting it. So yeah, that was a stupid mistake. Oh well, but next time we got Xenagos, then we can actually put out a 2/2. And if he has a burn deck, we can just overwhelm him. It's tempting just to throw out the God though next turn. Maybe I'll just throw out Xenagos God, and then he really is on the ropes because a third turn. Really tough to beat a third turn Xenagos God of Revels, but again, we have to then draw into something that is worthy of it. And right now, a Caryatid and a 2/2 token really isn't worthy of Xenagos God of Revels. Other than he will be active, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, he won't quite be active. Another matchup I'd really like to see is Azorius Control. I'm wondering how much the Planeswalkers will just wreak havoc with only 4 Detention Spheres in the deck to deal with them. I guess an Esper has Hero's Downfall, so that is a bit of an issue. But again, it seems like it's a very fast deck. Anyway, my opponent has lost connection. We'll wait for him here. Alrighty, so he's back and he Magma Jetted me. Sorry, I didn't restart recording again. But so he Magma Jetted me, put stuff on bottom and bottom, so he's digging. No, he killed an Elvish Mystic. Okay, that makes it easy for what I'm going to do this turn. Now I'm actually kind of glad that I just regular Forest here because we will just Xenagos. Now Xenagos can die to a Lightning Strike, but again, it's against Burn. If he's Lightning Striking me all the time, then I'm in pretty good shape. And we'll just go ahead and put a 2/2 and get in there for 2. Yeah, he's got to deal with that Xenagos. Otherwise, next turn I can. Yep, he's going to Lightning Strike, kill Xenagos. But I should be down to a 13 right now. And the good thing about Xenagos, it absorbed 3 damage and got a 2/2. It's kind of like a little Huntmaster there. I think the right play is to Domri and Caryatid. So I will shock myself. I hate to shock myself, but that's fine. And I'll actually look at the top card. Yep, we get a Mystic. That's awesome. And get in there with the Satyr that could. He's down to a 16. I'm at a 16. He's got 5 cards left in hand. Good news is he hasn't drawn any lands. Bad news is that means his hand is very full of threats. But now he's facing down a Domri that's going to be very difficult for him too. And he just scoops. What is up with this? I want to play some matches, people. The game is not over. Usually this is why I do 2-man queues, because people don't just scoop. But apparently this guy just has seen enough and it maybe missed another land drop and he's, burned a Lightning Strike and a Magma Jet. Didn't have the Boros Charm for the Domri. And then he knew he was just going to get beat down by biggies. Anyway, we'll go on. Now, the sideboard of this is we're going to bring in the Skoozes and then Ilea's Disciples. Do I need... Yes, I'm going to bring in Skooz. Maybe it's not the greatest card to bring in versus him. I actually like Chandra, and do I like Ral Zarek in this too? I like all the Planeswalkers. Any Planeswalker is dandy by me in this matchup. I don't know if he actually is more like Ash Zealots. If so, Amazing Mortars will come in, but not they won't need to. So I'm just going to get rid of Stormbreath Dragons And I think this Niv-Mizzet Dracogenius is bad. And you know what actually is not that great in this is Mercurial Chemister. And even Prophets are just Lightning Strike bait. So we're going to have to go down to just a few of each. We'll do 2 and 2. Take out one of each of them. Again, I don't really care about a Stormbreath Dragon. Maybe I do try to go aggressive against him. And maybe they're just better than the Prophets. Yeah, maybe it is just Stormbreath Dragons as my 5-drop. And hopefully we just get an Ilea's Disciple out and gain too much life for him to deal with. That's going to be my line of play. Geez, now that looking at my deck, you know what card actually seems pretty good in this deck? And don't laugh. The Chandra's Phoenix as a one of, just because I have Ral Zarek and Chandra Pyromaster. But of course it probably isn't. Let's see here. This is a very keepable hand. We got a second turn Courser of Crufix, which is just the bane of Burn's existence. So again, this is probably our easiest matchup, especially with the Ilea's Disciples. So I'm just going to go ahead and first turn Elvish Mystic. See if he wants to jet that guy down, which I believe he's going to have to. You know, that's even better. He's got a Lightning Strike and Elvish Mystic. This is not what Burn wants to be doing. In fact, as a Burn player, when I played Burn, sometimes you just have to ignore their acceleration, because now I get to go Stomping Ground. And I do have to shock myself, but I get a Sylvan Carotid now. And next turn I can actually Courser of Crufix and play land. So depending on how he does it here, it doesn't look like he has anything again. So that is going to be the game plan. We're just going to Courser right now. This card is so hard for Burn to deal with. And red. We do need another red, but we need a blue as well. We'll take out a blue here. Gain a life back up to 19. And Planeswalkers are really hard for Burn to deal with as well, because they need to get rid of them. So I'm going to get like Boros Charm to the face here at the end of turn. Nothing. Yeah, Burn is so far behind at this point, because he's going to have to use like 2 Magma Jets on this Courser. Or a Helix works too, but that's a Helix again. That's supposed to be going to my face. So we can just Pyromaster here, which I will do, which I'm going to make him actually spend some burn on that as well. It's going to be a 5 toughness burn. So Chandra comes out, and I'm just going to tick her up. So again, he's got to decide whether Chandra is worth it or not. I'm going to get some card advantage. And at this point, I think we need to start digging for like a Nylea or a Scavenging Ooze. And okay, that works as well. So interesting little burn deck that he brings in Fated Conflagration. But we've got another one. And again, it's another high casting cost spell that, and he wanted both his stuff on top anyway, that he had to use. And let's see here. I don't think there's any point to... We'll do it again. How about that? And we got Ral Zarek's. In our hand. So let's scry away. And we'll put that on bottom. We don't need that. So yeah, he is so far behind it. A healthy 19. We're already into turn 6. This is absolutely not what Burn wants to be doing. And another one. Okay. But again, it uses his turn. It uses a card. And we still have Ral Zarek's, and we still have threats that we can draw into. And the later this game goes, the better for us. So we'll Temple here. Put that on bottom. And we'll Ral. And Ral's going to try to... tick up to -7. Again, he's got to find an answer for him. And he's going to shock Ral? Okay, Shocks Ral. Again, that's another card that he's going to have to use, and I've got another Ral. So, depending, like, he's been able to scry the stuff that he wants on top for sure. But he's going to have to use, like, a Boros Charm so the Phoenix he can actually attack into Ral. And that's a good one. But again, we just need to find that ooze. You know, Skullcrack Ral? Alright, well, Ral absorbed 5 damage. And we've got another Ral that I actually will tick up rather than... Oh, we have another Ral too. Jeez. Because at this point, I don't think that... Do we need to kill off? No, he's got plenty of mana. Again, I'll just tick him up to 5. So now I actually would like to find a Stormbreath Dragon. Satyr Fire Dancer. Yeah, that's pointless. I could care less about that card. So let's see if he attacks into Ral. He does. Alright, so Ral's absorbing some more damage. And I'll kill off either a Fire Dancer. I don't care about a Fire Dancer. A Phoenix either I don't really care about. So hopefully we draw into something relevant. Forest is not relevant. Let's see here. I am going to kill the Phoenix off. Hopefully it doesn't draw into a burn spell. And he does. Which gets his Phoenix back from the graveyard. Which he can then attack Ral again. But next turn we can rinse and repeat. I can do Ral Zarek again. I'm not sure exactly how I want to with my last one. But that Ral absorbed quite a bit of damage. Oh joy, the land flood. Well, we'll do it one more time. Which at this point again, I don't even think that yeah, we need to find something here, something relevant, something that can either work as a threat, because I think Ral's is going to get beat down here again with more Chandra. Chandra's going to be very, very hard for me to deal with. And a Satyr Fire Dancer. And Chandra actually might get me, which is sad. So hopefully Stormbreath Dragon comes out here. Or anything. Just give me a card. Xenagos is the most terrible card in the world. At this point, I think we just kill a Satyr Fire Dancer. Unfortunately. As, yeah, Ral's just not going to do anything, and Chandra is the perfect card for him. But we are threatening with the Xenagos at any given moment. And he gets a Boros Charm. That's a good one. And he kills... What? Why would he do that? And he shocks me. Why didn't he do it the other way around? And I go down to an 11. This is just going to be very, very tough for me to deal with. The Chandra. Come on, off the top. A Stormbreath Dragon. Hey, Kiora is actually not too bad. But I'm going to have to use her to draw a card. Again, it'd be pointless to put it on the Chandra because... Yeah, she has to draw a card. So... Hopefully... Get something out of the way here. There we go. That's a good one. And this way he loses his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I gained 6 life too. And he loses his Satyr Fire Dancer here. And he actually just lets it... He lets Chandra die? Did he really just... What? Wow. Okay. I think that was the only card in the entire deck that could get him back in this is Chandra. Or Chandra, before you guys yell at me for my pronunciation. Weird. Okay, so 2 huge misplays on my opponent's part. A Boros Charm is 2 more damage to my face than a shock. Now he's got to attack into he's got to attack into Kiora here, which is not a very good feeling to have to again absorb 2 more damage. And man, this Xenagos is threatening. Okay, that should do it. We finally get the threat that we wanted. And now he's got to shock off like a Nylea's Disciple, or a Lightning Strike off a Nylea's Disciple. But an 8/8... Yeah, an 8/8 and a 6/5. That is pretty lethal in a couple turns. That's fine. Still going to take some damage. I take 3, but I'm still at 13. And he's staring down lethal next turn. So he's basically got 1 top deck. No, he's got to keep the Phoenix back to block. Which apparently he doesn't care about doing. So does he have another Phoenix then? Nope, he does not. All right, so pretty easy matchup again. That's exactly why I included Disciples. It really just puts you out of range if you can actually resolve one. So 2-0 so far. This has been Kevin with Gathering Magic and Roguedeckbuilder.com. Thanks for watching.